Hello and welcome back. Today, we're digging into the latest numbers from SRF Limited. They're quite a diversified player, aren't they?
Absolutely. SRF Limited is a significant chemical-based multi-business entity. Their main segments are chemicals, which includes fluorochemicals and specialty chemicals, then performance films and foil, technical textiles, and a smaller other businesses segment covering things like coated and laminated fabrics. They have a global footprint with manufacturing in India, Thailand, South Africa, and Hungary.
Right, a broad portfolio. So it looks like we have their audited standalone and consolidated financial results for the fourth quarter and the full financial year ended March 31st, 2025. The board approved these on May 12th, 2025. Let's start with the consolidated picture for the latest quarter. How did the top line look?
Okay, looking at the consolidated results for the fourth quarter of financial year 25, that's Q4 FY25, the revenue from operations came in strong at 4,313.34 crore rupees. Comparing that year over year, it's a solid increase of about 21% from the 3,569.74 crore rupees reported in Q4 FY24.
A 21% jump year over year for the quarter is quite robust. How does that compare to the previous quarter, Q3 FY25? What's the quarter over quarter trend?
Good question. Quarter over quarter, the revenue also saw a significant jump. It increased by about 23.5% from the 3,491.31 crore rupees they posted in Q3 FY25. So strong growth both year over year and sequentially for the fourth quarter revenue.
Okay, impressive top line growth both ways in Q4. Now let's talk profitability. The press release mentions EBIT, earnings before interest and tax. How did that perform on a consolidated basis?
Right. The consolidated EBIT for Q4 FY25 was reported at 906 crore rupees. That's a very strong increase of 47% compared to the 616 crore rupees in Q4 FY24, the same quarter last year.
47% EBIT growth year over year is substantial, definitely outpacing the revenue growth. Do we have a quarter over quarter comparison for EBIT, or perhaps we can look at profit before tax, PBT?
The press release doesn't give a direct QOQ for EBIT, but we can look at the consolidated profit before tax or PBT. For Q4 FY25, PBT stood at 707.36 crore rupees. Year over year, that's a massive 60% increase compared to the 443.32 crore rupees in Q4 FY24. Now, looking quarter over quarter, the PBT nearly doubled, showing a 92% increase from the 368.70 crore rupees in Q3 FY25.
Wow, 60% year over year and 92% quarter over quarter growth in PBT for Q4. That's quite an acceleration in profitability towards the year end. What about the bottom line, the profit after tax, or PAT?
The consolidated profit after tax (PAT) for Q4 FY25 was 526.06 crore rupees. Year over year, this is up by about 24.6% from the 422.21 crore rupees in Q4 FY24. And quarter over quarter, the PAT grew by a very healthy 94% compared to the 271.08 crore rupees in Q3 FY25.
Okay, so PAT growth is also strong, especially sequentially, though the year over year PAT growth is closer to the revenue growth rate compared to the PBT jump. How does this translate into earnings per share, the EPS?
For the quarter ended March 31st, 2025, the consolidated basic EPS was 17.75 rupees. Comparing year over year, that's up from 14.24 rupees in Q4 FY24. Quarter over quarter, it shows significant growth from the 9.15 rupees reported in Q3 FY25.
Got it. Now before we move on, how do these consolidated numbers compare to the standalone results for SRF Limited itself, excluding the subsidiaries? Are there major differences?
That's a good point to check. Looking at the standalone results for Q4 FY25, revenue from operations was 3,496.50 crore rupees. This is up about 20% year over year, similar to the consolidated growth. Quarter over quarter, it's up about 26.6%, also strong. Standalone PBT was 689.38 crore rupees. This is up 50% year over year and a very strong 84% quarter over quarter. Standalone PAT was 513.16 crore rupees, which is up 17.4% year over year and 83% quarter over quarter. Standalone basic EPS for the quarter was 17.31 rupees compared to 14.75 rupees year over year and 9.44 rupees quarter over quarter. So broadly, the trends are similar. Strong year over year and even stronger quarter over quarter performance in Q4 for both standalone and consolidated, though the PBT growth year over year was a bit higher on the consolidated side.
Okay, that gives a clear picture of Q4. Since we also have the full year numbers, let's quickly touch upon the annual performance for FY25 compared to FY24 on a consolidated basis.
Right. For the full financial year FY25, consolidated revenue from operations increased by 12% to 14,693.07 crore rupees, up from 13,138.52 crore rupees in FY24. Consolidated EBIT for the year was up 6% to 2,336 crore rupees. Consolidated PBT for FY25 was almost flat, coming in at 1,703.70 crore rupees compared to 1,692.22 crore rupees in FY24. And the consolidated PAT for FY25 was 1,250.78 crore rupees, slightly down from 1,335.71 crore rupees in the previous year. The annual basic EPS was 42.20 rupees for FY25 versus 45.06 rupees for FY24.
So the annual picture shows revenue growth but flatter PBT and a slight dip in PAT compared to the previous year. This contrasts with the very strong Q4 performance we just discussed.
Exactly. The press release mentions a challenging first half of FY25, H1 FY25. Chairman Ashish Bharat Ram noted they finished the year on a strong note supported by seasonal factors and are carrying momentum into the new financial year, but remain cautiously optimistic due to the volatile global economy. The strong Q4 clearly helped lift the full year numbers, but couldn't completely overcome the earlier challenges, especially on the net profit front for the full year.
That context is helpful. What about profitability margins, looking at the full year and the strong Q4?
If we look at the PBT margin for Q4 FY25, consolidated PBT of 707 crore rupees on revenue of 4,313 crore rupees, it's around 16.4%. For the full year FY25, the PBT margin, 1,704 crore rupees on 14,693 crore rupees, is about 11.6%. This clearly shows a significant improvement in profitability during the last quarter compared to the average for the year.
Were there any exceptional items impacting these results, either in the quarter or the full year?
Looking at both the standalone and consolidated P&L statements, there are no line items designated as exceptional items for either Q4 or the full year FY25. This suggests the reported profits are reflective of their ordinary business activities.
Good to know. Let's briefly touch upon the balance sheet and cash flow. Any highlights from the consolidated statement of assets and liabilities or the cash flow statement? And any word on dividends?
The consolidated balance sheet as of March 31st, 2025 shows total equity at 12,626.20 crore rupees, up from 11,479.02 crore rupees a year ago. Total assets stood at 21,557.12 crore rupees. On the cash flow front for FY25, consolidated net cash generated from operating activities was strong at 2,487.49 crore rupees. Net cash used in investing activities was significant at 1,483.96 crore rupees, likely reflecting capital expenditures. Net cash used in financing activities was 1,070.52 crore rupees, which includes repayment of borrowings and finance costs. Importantly, the company report states the board recommended a nil final dividend for FY25.
Okay, strong operating cash flow but significant investment outflow and nil final dividend noted. Now let's dive into the segments. This seems crucial for a diversified company like SRF. How did the different business segments perform in Q4 FY25 on a consolidated basis?
Right, the segment performance tells a story. Let's look at Q4 FY25 consolidated segment results, which are profit before interest and tax chemicals business. This was the star performer. Segment revenue was 2,355.31 crore rupees, up 30% year over year. The operating profit segment result jumped 50% year over year to 748.49 crore rupees. The press release credits strong performance in specialty chemicals, driven by recently launched products and demand recovery in agrochemical intermediates, plus robust domestic demand for refrigerant gases in the fluorochemicals business. Performance films and foil business. PFB. This segment also showed strong improvement. Revenue increased 19% year-over-year to 1,412.16 crore rupees. The operating profit surged 216% year-over-year to 104.62 crore rupees, up from just 33 crore rupees last year. Margins improved for both BOPET and BOP films due to increased capacity utilization and rising demand. They also focused on value-added products, VAPs. Technical Textiles Business, TTB. This segment faced challenges. Revenue decreased slightly by 2% year-over-year to 458.44 crore rupees. Operating profit fell 43% year-over-year to 40.10 crore rupees. While polyester tire cord fabric demand was robust, nylon tire cord was flat, and belting fabrics were impacted by low-cost imports from China. They did commission a capacity expansion for belting fabrics during the quarter. Other businesses. Revenue decreased 18% year-over-year to 87.43 crore rupees, and operating profit was down 20% to 12.40 crore rupees. They maintained market leadership in coated fabrics by focusing on value-added products, despite weak demand for food-grade liners.
That's a very clear breakdown. Chemicals leading the charge, films recovering strongly, but textiles facing headwinds. How did these segment trends play out over the full year FY25?
For the full year FY25, consolidated chemicals. Revenue reached 6,690.75 crore rupees, up from 6,297 crore rupees in FY24. Operating profit was 1,664.80 crore rupees, up from 1,627 crore rupees. Steady performance overall. Performance Films and Foil. Revenue hit 5,553.80 crore rupees, up from 4,489 crore rupees. Operating profit showed a significant jump to 364.53 crore rupees, up from 206 crore rupees. Clear recovery here. Technical Textiles. Revenue was 2,029.05 crore rupees, up from 1,898 crore rupees. However, operating profit fell to 238.05 crore rupees, down from 274 crore rupees. Reflects the challenges seen in Q4. Other businesses, revenue was 427.54 crore rupees, down from 465 crore rupees. Operating profit was 68.83 crore rupees, down from 93 crore rupees.
So the full year picture confirms the trends. Chemicals steady, films recovering well, and textiles facing profitability pressure despite some revenue growth. Are there any significant differences in segment performance when comparing consolidated versus standalone?
The segment figures are broadly similar between standalone and consolidated, as SRF Limited's core operations dominate. For example, in Q4 FY25 standalone, chemicals profit was 742 crore rupees, films and foil profit was 67 crore rupees, and textiles profit was 39.96 crore rupees. Very close to the consolidated numbers, indicating most of the activity resides within the main Indian entity.
Any other significant notes or events mentioned in the reports or press release we should highlight?
Yes, a few things. SRF continues its focus on innovation, having applied for 481 patents as of March 31, 2025, with 12 applied in the last quarter alone, and 151 granted globally so far. They also received recognition, including the DET Hurun India Manufacturing Excellence Award for Innovation in Chemicals and Materials Science, and the Thailand Green Star Award for SRF Industries, Thailand. Management commentary, as mentioned, highlights cautious optimism amidst global volatility.
Now, a critical part, the auditor's report. What did the auditors BSR and Company, LLP, say about both the standalone and consolidated results? Any qualifications or concerns?
This is good news for investors. For both the standalone and the consolidated audited financial results for the year ended March 31, 2025, BSR and Company, LLP issued an unmodified opinion. This means that in the auditor's view, the financial statements give a true and fair view and comply with the accounting standards. There are no qualifications, adverse opinions, or disclaimers. The consolidated report does mention their reliance on the reports of other auditors for 8 subsidiaries, which is standard practice for consolidated accounts, and it doesn't modify their overall clean opinion.
An unmodified opinion on both sets of results is definitely a positive sign, suggesting the financial reporting is considered reliable by the auditors. So pulling it all together, what's the outlook for SRF Limited based on these results?
Disclaimer: We advise investors to check with certified experts before taking any investment decisions. SRF finished FY25 on a very strong note, particularly in Q4, driven significantly by the chemicals segment and a strong recovery in performance films. This momentum, as the management stated, provides a good starting point for FY26. However, the technical textile segment faces clear challenges from imports, and the overall global economic volatility warrants the cautious outlook mentioned by the chairman. Key drivers will be continued strength in specialty chemicals and refrigerants, sustained margin improvement in films, and how effectively they navigate the textile market pressures. The clean auditor reports provide confidence in the reported numbers.
Great summary. So strong Q4 performance, especially in chemicals and films, offset challenges earlier in the year and ongoing issues in textiles. The company appears financially sound with clean auditor reports, but acknowledges external risks.
Precisely. A solid finish to the year, but investors will be watching closely how the different segments perform and how management navigates the global economic climate in the coming quarters.
Excellent analysis. Thanks for breaking down those numbers for us. That's all the time we have for today. Join us next time for another deep dive into corporate earnings,